Hi guys, welcome to my channel EduPlan. EduPlan, making studies easier. So, today's topic is animal tissues. Now that we're talking about animal tissues, one thing pops in our mind. What are tissues? A group of similar cells that perform a specific function is called a tissue. In this case, as we're talking about animal tissues, that has a definition too. That is, animal tissues are a group of similar cells that perform a specific task in a body of an animal. Now, animal tissues are of four types. They are epithelial tissues, connective tissues, muscular tissues, and nervous tissues. Now let's move on a bit deeper into epithelial tissues. Epithelial tissues. They are made up of closely packed cells, that is, the cells are very near to each other. The cells may be flat, cuboidal, or columnar in shape. There are no intercellular spaces between these cells. It forms a continuous layer over the surface of organs and the inner lining of body cavity. Its main function is protection, but it also helps in secretion and absorption. Types of epithelial tissues. Epithelial tissues are of four types. They are squamous epithelium, columnar epithelium, cuboidal epithelium, and ciliated epithelium. Squamous epithelium. These cells are thin and flat. It forms a lining of cavities of different organs like mouth and oesophagus. Oesophagus, also known as the food pipe. It protects the underlying organs of the body from injury and prevents the entry of germs. This is the squamous epithelium. As you can see, these cells are flat. Let's move on to columnar epithelium. Columnar epithelium. These cells are long and column-like. It forms the inner lining of stomach and small intestine. Its main functions are absorption of digested food in the small intestine and secretion of mucus in the stomach. This is the columnar epithelium. As you can see, these cells are long and column-like. Moving on to cuboidal epithelium, these cells are cube-like and it is found in the inner lining of kidney tubules and glands like sweat glands. Here you can see that these cells are small and cube-like, just like the dice you play with. It helps in excretion, absorption, and secretion. Ciliated epithelium. These cells are tall and column-like. Again, this as well as the columnar epithelium have column-like cells, but the difference is that ciliated epithelium has cilia, that is hair-like structures that causes the movement of particles in one direction through ducts, but columnar epithelium does not have it. Next topic, what are connective tissues? Connective tissue is a type of connecting and supporting tissue. It connects the different tissues and organs to keep them affixed in their proper position. Let's move on to the types of connective tissues. Connective tissues are of three types, that is, fibrous connective tissue, supportive connective tissue, and fluid connective tissue. Fibrous connective tissue. Fibrous connective tissue is a through two types, that is, loose connective tissue and dense connective tissue. Loose connective tissues are again of two types, that is, areolar and adipose tissues. Areolar tissue is present between the skin and the internal organs and it binds the skin to the underlying parts. But adipose tissue forms a layer below the skin and is made up of fat cells. It acts as a cushion and protects the internal organs. Dense connective tissues are also of two types, that is, tendon and ligament. Tendon, joins the bone to the muscle, but ligament connects a bone to a bone. Let's move on. Supportive connective tissues. Supportive connective tissues are of two types, that is bone and cartilage. This is the picture of a bone, and this white structure which has been labeled is the cartilage. Bones protect the internal organs like lungs and heart, but cartilage protects the bone from wear and tear. Moving on to the next topic, fluid connective tissue. Fluid connective tissue is also of two types. They are blood and lymph. Blood is red in color, but lymph is pale yellow in color. Blood has red blood cells, white blood cells and plasma but as with platelets, but lymph has only plasma and white blood cells. Muscular tissues. These are spindle shaped. These contract and relax, thus helped in movement of body parts. They are of three types, that is voluntary muscles, involuntary muscles and cardiac muscles. These are involuntary muscles. Involuntary muscles are also called smooth muscles or unstriated muscles. Voluntary muscles are called skeletal muscles or striated muscles, and cardiac muscles are cardiac muscles itself. Moving on to the next topic. Nervous tissues. Now, a neuron is the structural and functional unit of nervous system. That is, nervous tissues are made up of neurons. A neuron is made up of cyton, dendron, dendrites and axon. Here in the middle is the cell body or the cyton. The cell body branches to form dendrons. These dendrons further branch to form dendrites. The longest dendron is axon. Axon further divides to form axon terminals or axon endings. Now that we have come to the end of the video, I hope that you like, share, and subscribe to my channel, and please don't forget to leave a valuable comment in the comment section below. Thank you.